Cool.
Why, hello there again, friends. It's Devin here again with Make Anything, and we have another 3D pen review. Today we're looking at the 7Tech 3D printing pen. Let's take a look in here. So we've got a manual, a nice thank you note. Alright, so in the box we've got the pen itself, of course, and a power supply. If you open it up, oh, this is neat. There's a little spatula here for getting your prints off. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I might even use that with my 3D printer. And it also comes with a little pack of sample filament. So this definitely comes with less sample filament than the other printers I've had, but they are very interesting colors. You know, they're not your standard red, green, and blue or whatever. We've got some earthy tones. All right, and that's it. Pretty simple. You got a pen, power supply, a little bit of PLA filament, and a spatula. So right now on Amazon, this pen costs you about 70 bucks, and there are a lot of pens that look pretty much identical to this pen. Some of them are far cheaper. So I haven't tried those yet, and I can't say anything about their quality, but I have a feeling there's a factory in China just pumping these out, and then they're getting rebranded by different companies. Whether there's a difference in quality, I can't say. So today, I'm just looking at the 7Tech 3D pen. Alright, so I don't think I need to read the instructions. This looks pretty straightforward compared to the other pens I've reviewed. So if you look at the top of the pen, there's the hole for the power supply, and then there's also the area where you will feed in the filament. And then on the top, we've got a little tiny LCD screen here with an up and down button. I'm guessing that's to control the temperature. And then we have another slider here that probably controls the speed. On the other side, we have two buttons, forward and backwards, for feeding your filament and for removing your filament. So it's definitely a very straightforward, easy to use pen as far as I can tell. Alright, so I'll plug it in. And as soon as I do that, this light turns on and it gives me a little option there. It says PLA, and if I hit here, it switches, oops, I can switch between PLA and ABS. But I do want to use PLA, and then I'm going to hit this button. And then it starts showing the temperature. So it's a lot like the scribbler that I was using before. It gives you a live feed of the temperature. And it's got a little red light there to let you know it's still heating up. And now it's green. So super quick heat up again. So in goes the filament. So this is slow and this is fast. The further back this little slider is, the faster it'll go. So if you have it on full speed, it's coming out really fast. And if I put it on low speed, then it barely comes out. Really slowly. So this range here makes a very big difference. This is very slow and this is very fast. So as long as you can fine tune it. So I am noticing the filament is bubbling just a little bit. And also there is no retraction on this pen either, just like the scribbler. So even after I stop drawing, the filament still comes out a bit, just because it's hot. So that can lead to some stringiness, depending on what you're drawing. Alright, so we know the pen works, and you know in my reviews I like to actually make something. So for this pen, my project is going to be to make a 3D planet. And the way I'm going to do that is with this glass globe I have. This is a glass half circle. This is actually used by glass blowers to melt and turn into beautiful things. But I'm just going to be using it as a template to draw over so that I can get two halves of my planet. As you know, I like to use hairspray to make everything stick. So I'm going to do that again. Just a little hairspray on the surface. Give that a second to cool. And then we can start drawing our planet. Since we're going to be connecting the two halves of the pen, I want it to go around in this direction. That way the connection point will be less obvious. So I'm actually going to start at the top. And I'm going kind of scribbly with this, because you know, on a planet the gases are just swirling around, so I'm just trying to make it look swirly. So yeah, I'm leaving plenty of gaps in between because I'm going to be filling this with different colors. Maybe I'll have it wrap around there, kind of just having it swirl all over. Alright, so there's the first layer. As you can see, I'm just going wild on this. And that's the cool thing about drawing on top of like a glass shape, is that shape gives you the consistency and perfection part of the model, and then the pen gives you the craziness. It's pretty wild. So I'm going to retract that. Might as well use the green too. So now we can decide what we want to do with this green. So we're trying to simulate the atmosphere of our planet. And right now it's just like a gas planet, just a big mess of swirly madness. But I think at the end of all this we can add some land mass. So there it is. It's just a mess, isn't it? But this is just the base of our planet. We'll do some extra stuff on top of it. Let's see if I can get this off now. I'm gonna try using this spatula they sent me. Could be helpful here. This is pretty stuck on there. There we go. Check out the inside of that. It's nice and smooth. Makes a good bowl, actually. Alright, so I got half of my planet off. And now I'm just gonna repeat the same thing pretty much for the second half. Then I'm gonna stick them together, and they should become something round. So let's just reapply some hairspray. No more than that, because this was already pretty tough to get off. If you use too much hairspray, you might not be able to get it off of the glass. However, if you do have trouble removing something that's stuck on the glass, just throw it in your freezer and the glass will shrink a little bit, which will help you pop off that plastic. Salmon, forest green, and black. I mean, they could have chosen more complementing colors. Anyways, that's my own opinion. Alright, there's the second half. Let's do the same little procedure of cracking it off. Two halves. And there's a little bit of extra space that needs to go in between if we want it to be a full circle. If we just stick them together, it'll be a little squashed. And that's because these aren't totally half circles. So what I'm going to do is just use my two fingers to hold it as far apart as I want it to be. And then I'm going to create some struts here. And as you can see, with just those few, now it already holds itself. Oops. Yeah. That's what I love about these 3D pen drawings. They're really sturdy, actually. I'm just gonna do really quick, just winding it like I'm spooling a ball of yarn. Alright, there we go. We've got a full planet. If I liked the colors more, I'd probably stop there, but since they're all pretty dark, I think I need some contrast. So I'm going to use some third-party white filament to go on top of there and add some land mass. So maybe this is like an Arctic planet with some kind of crazy ocean. And there we go, feed it through until it's white. And then we can start kind of like mapping out. What do I want my land to look like? So just think of Earth and how the continents are shaped, and I don't know, you can do something similar, or really it's up to you. Alright, so I've got a few continents set up on there, and now I can just go ahead and fill them in. And I'm going to be super blobby with this so that there's some height. So it's kind of like mountains and all that good stuff. So there we go. I've got a full planet now. And as a final touch, I can use this pen to actually draw the string to hang this from. If I just... whoops. Oh, looks like we got clogged right at the last second. Let's try. All right. Slowly draw up. As far as the pen goes, I don't have much to complain about. The positive things are it's really easy to use. The feeding and the speed control and the temperature and everything, it's pretty straightforward. The speed control can be a little difficult if you're trying to pinpoint a very specific speed, because this thing doesn't move very much and it controls such a range of speed that if you're like, oh, I want a medium speed, you know, having it a few millimeters separate could mean a lot of differences in speed. But today I ended up doing a lot of the stuff at full speed, and boy is it fast. I think it might be the fastest feeding of the pens I've tried so far. So filling in this white area on the planet was really nice to do, having that much speed. The one thing that I do like about the 3-doodler that this pen and the scribbler both don't do is retract the filament after you stop drawing. So on this one you can draw. After you let go of the button, there's still some plastic coming out of the front. That filament that leaks out the front can end up stringing and getting a little bit messy, so you have to definitely take care of that. But it's not such a big issue, and it's something that most 3D pens struggle with. Oh, and of course, if you are going to use this pen, I would make sure to buy some extra filament, because the sample filament that came with this package is pretty minimal, so it wouldn't be too hard to use it all in one sitting. And they're kind of strange colors, so of course it's nice to buy your own and be able to choose your favorite colors to draw with. Alright, well, this is the 7-Tech 3D printing pen. I'm Devin, this is Make Anything. I will see you guys next week. By the way, it bounces.